There's people that'll cry sometimes after a workout, not out of pain or anything, but out of
accomplishment.
I did that.
I did it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just did that.
I was thinking like in pain. That's the first thing
that happens sometimes too, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your calling, specifically in evangelism and preaching the gospel. Where God has you now. Where does He have you preaching? Where does He have you doing your Great Commission at the moment?
Yeah, right now, like I said, it's kind of limited, but I'm at Apologia, and I do as much evangelism as I can. Arizona State University, huge mission field, outstanding mission field, melting pot of not just not just like ethnicity, but worldviews in general.
It's where minds collide.
If you think of it, it's there, man.
People go down and argue.
Yeah. And so Arizona State University, strip clubs, Mill Ave. I have not been to the abortion mill as much as I would like to. And I think it's more of those things trying to get in the habit of it. I don't think about it enough until after the fact. I'm like, oh my gosh, today I should have gone. And then, just kind of wherever we're going. Yeah. So as far as that's it. Teaching at Renew. Okay. So that's a huge blessing. Nice. I love teaching and like I said, just helping people.
And Renew is our
that's the Renew is the Advanced Theological Training.
Okay, yes. Yeah. So you're doing God and Government right now. You're going to be teaching on that.
I'll be teaching next week, actually.
Awesome, dude.
On the role of civil government. So
okay.
Fire, bro.
Yeah. It's. I've been doing some studying this week, and it's eerily relevant.
Oh, dude.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you're teaching in that pretty soon too, right?
I start my first one in chapter 6, and we're
chapter 6. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna be.
I'm on 4.
Okay, so I'm 2 after him.
2 weeks after.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a great book. If you guys don't know about it,
Gary
DeMar, God and Government.
Awesome.
Perfect book to be reading for right now in this time.
Yeah.
Talking about the spheres of government, who has roles and power, and how those overlap.
Exactly.
How you're not supposed to overstep certain roles that God has put in place. What happens if you do?
Family government,
personal government. Yeah, so check that book out for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that sounds like a lot, honestly. Like you're you say like as much as I can, and but that sounds like a lot. I mean, you have that, but then at the same time you are a father and you're a provider at the same time. So it's like you have to provide, you have to raise up your household, and then at the same time, if you have all these duties that you're called to as well, if you can get to them. So that's a lot. It is a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So you're not just into obviously the Great Commission, but you're also into health and fitness. Tell us a little bit about that. Obviously, you beat me up yesterday in CrossFit.
Yeah.
You're into CrossFit, so kind of tell us a little bit about that.
So yeah, CrossFit is my passion when it comes to health and fitness, man. And CrossFit basically is a fitness methodology that incorporates functional movements performed at high intensity that are constantly varied. So it's literally like a little bit of everything. You have gymnastics, you have weightlifting, you have plyometrics, you have, oh my gosh, everything. Cardio, monostructural things, whether it's running or jump rope, and then you have weightlifting, Olympic weightlifting, powerlifting. So it's all kinds of stuff. And what attracted me to it, I've always been athletic. I've always loved sports, things like that. But I think what attracted me to it, I'm very competitive.
Okay.
And I remember this was probably 4 or 5 years. I think it was 4 years ago. My wife found a documentary on Netflix called The Fittest on Earth. And she was like, hey, I think you'd like this. Let's watch it.
Okay.
And she's kind of into stuff like that, too. She's like, let's watch it. I was like, cool, let's watch it. Man, my hairs were standing up, and I was like, oh, man. And what's cool is, like, there is a competitive side of CrossFit, but that is not CrossFit.
Right.
The cool thing about CrossFit is the fact that, you know, somebody could throw around some heavy weight, walk on their hands, and then like do some pull-ups, you know, and then
it's multifaceted.
Using the whole body.
It's all different thing. It's not like you're just a body.
Exactly.
It's not like you're just a bodybuilder or a boxer.
Yeah.
It's many different things coming together.
Yeah.
And you said functional things
functional
as well.
movements.
It's like apocalypse fitness.
And so that's really the thing. Yeah.
If you need to survive, this
That's
will
right.
work.
Well, and it's funny, like we joke about it, but when you look at what CrossFit is and kind of what they stand for, or what CrossFit as a methodology stands for, it's life preparedness. You know what I mean? Like it's about helping people to be healthier all around. You know, when you look at functional movements like the deadlift, picking things up off the ground is probably like arguably one of the most functional movements you could think of.
Right.
Or you have movements like a Turkish get-up. Like if a senior citizen would practice Turkish get-ups, you know, their grandchildren may not worry about them being home alone. If they fall off the couch, they can get themselves back up.
And that's what you were telling. I mean? You were telling me about that too. It's like we have a lot of these weaknesses in our bodies because I know, you know, a lot of us work from home or don't have jobs that keep us active.
Yeah.
So we don't stretch. We're not used to like bending down and picking stuff up, and that over time will weaken our bodies and we'll have pain from it.
Yeah.
And these functional movements, these functional exercises will keep our body fit so that our body is not deteriorating in that area.
Exactly. And that's what it is. And it's cool. Like, you know, when I was coaching at a gym in Tempe, and you get everybody, you get, you know, people right out of high school and in college all the way up to, you know, seniors. And they come in and it can be intimidating, but it's like they just want to be better at life.
Right.
And so when you go into a local CrossFit gym, the cool thing is that everybody's there for the same reason. And everybody's going to be cheering each other on and things like that. But it boils down to more than just like the actual fitness aspect of it.
There's a community.
There's a community, but it's also about like your nutrition, right?
Okay.
So you have like a pyramid of kind of like what fitness looks like, and the bottom of the pyramid is nutrition. Because I mean, it has to start there. It has to start there.
Yeah.
Like you can be the best weightlifter in the world, but if you just eat garbage, what are you? You might get kind of strong, but I mean,
might have a stroke too.
At the end of it, you might just kill yourself because you're just not paying attention to what you put in your body.
Bad fuel.
Yeah.
Exactly, bad fuel. So, yeah, man, CrossFit's a huge passion of mine. It is physical, but it's also, like Andrew said, there's some huge mental aspects of it too. You know what I mean? There's people that'll cry sometimes after a workout, not out of pain or anything, but out of
accomplishment.
I did that.
I did it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just did that.
I was thinking like in pain. That's the first thing
that happens sometimes too, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people cry because it's like, oh my god, like I did that. I got my first pull up.
And people at all different fitness levels can come into CrossFit.
It's infinitely scalable. Like you can modify any movement.
Okay.
You can modify any movement. And so that's one of the cool things is, you know, there's like a countless number of modifications to climb a rope. You know what I mean? So, you know, you can have Johnny who's 18 and gung-ho, he can come in and do some rope climbs. And then you might have, you know, Granny Susie come in and she's 70. She's like, I'm not climbing the rope. It's like, cool, let's get you set up with something else that's going to have the same effect on your body as climbing a rope.
Okay,
yeah, cool.
Okay, so you don't have to be fit to get into CrossFit.
Absolutely
you can come in out of shape, get into it, get into a community of people.
It's the hugest lie and misconception that people have. It's like I'm gonna work out a little bit before I go to a CrossFit gym. From a Christian perspective, you know, I tell people that's like comparing to somebody who says, I need to get my life in order before I get right with God. I'm like,
I need to get
like,
sober before I come to church.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, man, it's a blast. It challenges you. It'll push you. You'll do some cool things with your body. But the health ramifications of it, you know what I mean? You'll end up sleeping better. You'll end up having more energy to play with your kids. You'll be just stronger. You'll have, you probably have better posture.
Yeah.
You'll have more, you can take it into life, more confidence, right?
Sure.
Different things like that. So
Yeah, I mean, health and fitness, that's a realm of the body that we need to steward, right? You were telling me about that.
Yeah.
Being a good steward of
that's what I
our
was thinking.
bodies is also part, just like being a good steward of the families we've been given. We need to be good stewards of the bodies we were given, because if we aren't,
you can't go out and you can't honor the Lord and you can't expand his kingdom and you can't do these things that God has called people to do. Like, we're his vessels, right? And he has graciously, out of nothing that we've done, chosen us to carry out his plans and his will, and through Christ, he allows us graciously to do these things. Preach the gospel, plead with people to not kill their babies, minister to the saints in the local bodies all over the world, right? All these different things that God has graciously brought us into his plan. If we just neglect ourselves, I'm not saying that you can't serve God. I'm just saying, what's that look like in the long run?
This addition versus submission. Sinners need forgiveness. Surrender to his lordship. Don't extort the grace he's given. See, I'm blessed by the one, Yahweh, all day. I'm a wretched sinner, deserve hell for always.